Today I am celebrating 420 Day, which is straight on the heels of yesterday's celebration of Albert Hofmann's Bicycle Day. And so it's interesting that these two celebrations of psychedelia are occurring one day after the other. 420 Day is traditionally now accepted as a celebration of the gift of marijuana to civilization. And it's funny because my own relationship with marijuana spans now 3 or so decades, and yet I have been very controlled in my usage of it for much of the last, pretty much since having children, the last 20 years. My usage has reduced almost to zero. But I was a heavy user of marijuana for quite some time, and to my own detriment. It is a medicine, or can be a medicine, but it can also be a drug. So I'm very cautious about joining this celebration because I don't think it's an out and out yes to, and I see a lot of young people, and well, a lot of people generally having their lives adversely affected by an excessive relationship with this, what was once a natural herb. Now, I wrote a song many years ago called Blaze Fashion because there's definitely a danger that is really not spoken about or accepted. What people see as marijuana today, which comes in a form that has largely been hydroponically grown through breeds, strains of marijuana that have been crossed and crossed and crossed like pedigrees. Like in the same way that a pedigree dog can be grown to the point that its mouth, that its body's too big for its limbs, that it's that it can't be born naturally, that its face or its eyes are so saggy that they no longer function properly. Basically, the development of a pedigree and crossbreeding can lead nature into these very unnatural states, things that wouldn't have occurred naturally. And this is really profoundly, I believe, affecting the way people relate to marijuana, because it's no longer the drug that was smoked by Bob Marley, that was a natural weed, a seed-bearing plant, that was acknowledged by the Bible as something that everyone could freely partake in without breaking any kind of social or spiritual rules. And yet what is smoked today is so much stronger than what Bob Marley or any other tribesman would have smoked in days gone by, that they're almost incomparable substances. And that's again a shame, because it then undermines a lot of people's opinion of what this powerful medicine can really do. It transforms the life of people with Parkinson's, with back injuries, with, there are so many contexts where it really does function incredibly as a medicine. And yet when we self-medicate using these very potent forms of marijuana, it often leads to psychosis, to a deadening of the experience of being alive. And it's one of the very controversial, disheartening aspects of medicine, is that can cure you can also poison you in inappropriate doses when it's used incorrectly. There's also fascinating films from tribesmen, medicine men, talking about marijuana and people's misunderstanding of its nature, and really meddling with things that they don't fully understand. So I have a kind of really ambivalent relationship with it now. I have concern for my children getting too involved with it. I have concern for our society getting too involved with it, and yet I am a great advocate for its use in medicine, but also in construction and all of the other uses that it used to have, which have now been forgotten because of the prohibition that went on around it, ever since people realised that alcohol was a much more conducive drug to get the public addicted to because it enabled them to work effectively. Marijuana, of course, naturally undermines people's desire to participate in the rat race, and so it was outlawed. And because of that, it also ceased to be used for the construction of paper and textiles and bricks and all sorts of other industrial uses for which it is much better suited. It's a far better crop to be making paper from because of its yield and how quickly it replenishes itself. So it's a really tragic tale, the last 100 or 200 years and our human relationship with marijuana. I think it does, in the right dosage, connect us to a spirit of play, of lightheartedness, and it's very clear that unlike alcohol, which is associated with violence and fights, it's associated with peace and with natural, playful appreciation of what it is to be human. So I'm joining today's celebrations of 420 Day in the hope that human beings will, in the course of time, establish right relationship with this plant that has the key to so many things, so many beautiful things in what life can truly be. So here's to 420 Day.